Oh man, it's just stunning right now.
Only left 30 minutes behind schedule, which is something to celebrate if you're me. Oh my God, I have no idea where I've just put the keys. The keys I was using to drive this car to the gas station. This is a very me thing to do. I'll put them there. Oh my God, Kristen. Okay then. I'm on my way down to Mammoth Lake. It is a super salty lake, saltier than the ocean, and it's usually the turning off point if you would go from the 395 freeway, which is my favorite freeway in California, my favorite drive. I love the mountains of the 395 and the desert and all that, but I haven't spent as much time around sort of that middle part of the drive in Mammoth Lakes and Mammoth Lake. So that's my first stop today. It's been hard to figure out what is still accessible and what I need to walk long distances to, but I'm excited because there will be smaller crowds and I always dig that. I'm starting to get into some really, really beautiful landscape, and really glad that I decided to do that. Oh my God, look. Okay, yeah, like I was saying before I rudely interrupted myself, I'm really glad that I took this trip because I was getting kind of sad about how difficult it is to travel internationally right now and how much I really want to go to a Scandinavian country or even Canada or just something with northern lights. And while I'm probably not going to be going to the Arctic this winter, I'm really, really happy to just be driving like only 2.5 hours south of me in Reno to get to Mammoth Lake, because it's a winter wonderland all around me. I mean, I live at the base of some mountains. We get snow too. I'm actually like really stoked to just have a lot of me time because I miss that. And I like being just by myself and just hanging out with me. I'm blown away by how glassy the lake is right now. There's no wind at all. It's just beautiful. I'm so excited. Awesome, and I couldn't recommend it more in the winter. There's like snow all over the place, but also these really cool tufas, and then the mountains are way more dramatic, and the water is just glass today. So I have this very handy app that tells me exactly where the moon is gonna rise and where the sun is gonna set and where the Milky Way is gonna be at certain times, but it should be basically directly behind me over those towers in about 40 minutes. So I found my perfect spot. I'm gonna camp out for a little while. Goodbye, sun. Bye, Mammoth Lake. See you again. A little bit like a quitter because when I originally envisioned this trip, I was gonna truck camp the whole time, and I'm in a motel. I didn't really think about how horrible it would be to never be able to get warm, because it was down minus 14 Celsius, which is about, I think, 14 degrees Fahrenheit last night. I'm at the point where my fingers stop working. And it was just, that would have been so brutal. So just decided to drive down the June Lake Loop Road, and I knew that it would be closed because look at it, but I was able to get far enough down before the closure to go take a look. I don't know if I'm allowed to actually drone over it, so I'm just gonna drone around it because you've got to see how beautiful this is. So I'm at Convict Lake Resort right now. So I passed by Mammoth Lakes, and the reason why I don't want to stay there is because it's like positively crawling with people because they're skiing, but the stuff I want to do is like the hot springs and the hot creek over here. So I am very pleased with my choice. This room is really cute. It's got a full kitchen. It really smells like dog in here because they allow pets, but that's okay. Come to the end of the road here. That looks a little deep to try to drive on. It's about a 1.5 mile hike. This would normally be a dirt road that you can definitely drive on, but just not in the winter. And that's at least 2 feet of snow on it. So I'm gonna snowshoe up and go for a little hike. Definitely hiking in the snow always takes longer and it's more exhausting. But since this is a road, it's not like horrible. And it's obvious the way, so that's nice. Woo! Oh God. Oh God. Where does this piece go? Here I am, Hot Creek. Although the viewpoint I want is that way.
Oh man, it's just stunning right now. Let's take flight. Get the amazing sunset colors I was hoping for, but it was still beautiful. And I got a 1.5 mile walk back, probably partially in the dark. So let's get going.
I'm proud of myself because I realized that I left my glasses way up here and then I hiked down there, but I came back because I have a habit of losing all of my sunglasses. And I was not about to lose another pair. Yes. Beautiful. I'm really glad I hiked that because I just saw a truck completely stuck in the snow that decided to try not to hike it. It's good to know that I wasn't a total noob loser by deciding to walk that whole way. Coming up a little bit late with the clouds there, which is good because I kind of drove around a lot, but there's really cool mist behind me. It just was blocking the mountains too much, but this is cool. There's actual frost on the propellers. I'm actually impressed. You did a good job. Dang, look at that. Wow, I have to admit, I'm surprised that there's 3 cars already at the hot spring. I naively thought it would just be me, but people did camp out here as well. It's about a mile and some change walk from the road to the spring because again, it's a dirt road, so it's closed for the season. There's this clear walking path, but in the middle you can see it's quite deep. But right here, just sticking to the side. All I have on are micro spikes, which look like this. Look at these snowflakes.
I found it. Don't have to share. It's really beautiful. My feet are very cold because they're just on snow. Look how pretty it is though. Hardest part always, without a doubt, is getting back out. Oh. I'm just surrounded by a sea of glittery snow. Look at the glitter. Oh, it's so nice. The walk back is mostly uphill, but I'm getting my workout in. That was a gorgeous morning. One of my favorite things about being by myself when I travel is that I can just do whatever I want at any point, at any time. It just felt really nice to like cozy up in the cabin today. And I'm not bothering anyone if I want to get up at sunrise and do things, and then if I want to sit inside all day until it's sunset again, which I often do, just like editing photos and enjoying myself. I actually, as much as I really like meeting people when I travel, which happens all the time and I'm grateful for it, I take trips like this where I know I'm just probably not going to run into anyone and like go for the solitude on purpose, just because as I get farther along in my life I get fewer opportunities for this, and I just really value it. I value being alone and having that quiet time to reflect, and you get to really know who you are without other people sort of reflecting back to you. Inevitably, that's what happens when we're with other people, and so I like being by myself. My plan was to be finished with that and out of here to go catch the sunrise reflection on the mountains, but I hit the snooze button. I did. Well, I still got half my breakfast left, but it looks like things are happening. I only have like a 2-minute drive to go see it, so I'm just gonna go catch the sunrise, come backpack out, and then head out. My very cozy bed. That is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. On my way back up north now, and I got one last hot spring I wanted to stop by. All right, this is Travertine Hot Springs. Probably one of the most famous in this whole state. I've never seen it empty like this, but that road is not appropriate for most vehicles. There's a couple other cars here, but they stopped at the springs closer to the parking lot. Wasn't that nice of them? So let's jump in. This is a clothing optional. I think they pretty much all are out in nature, so if that bothers you, FYI. Just want to get where to go where the front point times today, so it's made it be 2 hours. Direction from police, right turn after departure. About Chris down to 36,000 feet. These are decidedly less hot than yesterday's. Last time I was here, it was in the summertime and it was packed. It was right before Burning Man. This was full of people, so it is kind of cool to be here without anyone. I would rate this temperature as a bit below bathwater, but the kind of thing that you can hang out in kind of all day too. This reminds me a lot of the Mystic Hot Springs in Utah, which was the last big road trip I took by myself. I truck camped the whole time. It was like 9 days in Utah. Definitely watch that video next if you want more solo camping stuff. I'll see you guys soon.